Welcome back. We started the first mission, and we didn't get to shoot anybody, sadly. So now we're here in the second mission, where it says, Paxton Fettel managed to elude fear operatives in Auburn, and his tracking signal was subsequently lost. Body of unidentified male was discovered at the site. This male happened to be Mr. Hamburger that we were looking at before. Hannibal 3 spy satellite has photographed sizable replica forest in vicinity of South River Wastewater Treatment Plant. It looked like a typo to me for a second. Mission. FEAR combat operatives will attach to responding Special Forces Operational Detachment Delta, SFODD, troops to what the hell is that word? Reconnoiter. Oh, I'm not a military guy, if you know what I mean. I love the military stuff. I just thought this is a weird word for me. Reconnoiter the area for the purposes of recommending military response. Teams should not engage the enemy unless fired upon. FEAR Technical Officer Jin Sun Kwon is remaining in Auburn to conduct forensic investigation. So I believe Jin is the bodacious babe that we saw who was examining the dead body, Mr. Hamburger. And Jin's name is actually kind of interesting for me. The name Jin means truth, Sun in Korean means goodness, and Kwon means authority. So she is an authority of good truth, which is why she is the technical officer. So her name and her title combine to make her the truth-seeking goodness authority. I don't know if we get to see her much, but just to let you know, that is why she's here. And then we have Janowski as our backup always, who's the ambassador of God's grace. God is blessing us the entire time. Somebody is watching us. And we have what is essentially an angel watching us. So far, the symbolism is working very well just with the names alone. For this part, I also want to express how the game is sort of in line with, but also opposing movies like The Matrix. We start off with a similar introduction, but here we have the new guy being part of a military operation, while The Matrix had the new guy as the one who is supposed to go in and out of the Matrix to save humanity. Pointman here does not save humanity. In a lot of ways, your character makes everything worse. The aspect of Japanese horror causes the protagonist to become a tragic hero, which is usually shown to have the protagonist die or become cursed by the evil. Already, we see a world that is decaying, it's poisoned, and we are heading to a water treatment plant that is believed to have been sabotaged, believed to be the cause of the social poisoning. We don't know that yet, but there's more context for the mission that is easy to miss once the fish start a-flying. So when we travel through this area, think of Pointman as Neo in The Matrix, but if Neo was in a Japanese horror movie, where the protagonist is meant to fail and carries around a curse. The Matrix makes his power of the One look like a positive. This game makes the powers of the One a negative. In a way, you can see this as Pointman or Alma being the demiurge of Gnostic belief, and being this source of evil, this false creator god that unleashes evil in the world. Or I guess a better example of the demiurge would be the ATC, since they are the ones who make Alma the way that she is. But I think you know what I mean. They are this creator of evil. You're cursed by this evil, and you're doomed to be hallucinating and having Alma chase you up the stairs and whatnot. I guess another aspect of this mission to add is that we're going to start seeing what the replicas and the FEAR team can do, and since we're in this near future, that is our current future of the year 2025, the weapons and uniforms are something to take into consideration as an aesthetic. I don't know if it has a name, but it should, where your people look like heavily armored SWAT people, and the enemy looks like they're some type of mix of Star Wars, stormtroopers, and jet fighter pilots. Everything is long-sleeved, bulletproof vest, big helmet to cover their faces. Your guys have face masks on, there's an urban camo on some of them. All of this is meant to appear as a militarization of local domestic forces in the US, which SWAT essentially is since the 1960s, and better weapons and better armor than the police, done to handle situations that are closer to a military operation. However, you are meant to be part of the military while fighting against these militarized terrorists. But what's interesting is that both are being used by the ATC Corporation to do their bidding, which means the corporation is above the government and above the military. due to this corporation being the creator of pretty much all these weapons that we're using. At that point, we are seeing something similar to Resident Evil, where the corporation is at a power equal or above the government, which is the main cyberpunk fear in most cyberpunk games. But here, we are not a punk because we are with the corporation. But it's presenting a cyberpunk dystopia as the setting with such a setup. Very similar to Ghost in Shell. Does that make sense? Okay, let's dive into this water treatment plant. This is the second mission. I love that music. What's he holding on to? They don't look like military, do they? They look like SWAT. So we're going in with these faceless, nameless guys.
Dead Mother, this is Little Bird. We're on the ground. Copy that. Proceed to first objective.
I'm a birdie too.
Since you're on point, see if you can get this gate open. I'd send one of my boys, but I think we need a specialist for this one.
A specialist, eh? Asking for a specialist to open the gate. What am I, chopped liver?
You find that gate control yet?
I'm working on it. Halford Cargo.
Come on, we ain't got all day.
I just moved. Oh my goodness, where is that opening? I'm already lost, huh? Okay, so we gotta go this way. Let's check for goodies. Ah. Reflex. This is a really dark game. For anybody wondering why my head's not bobbing, I turned that down because it gets me all dizzy. I don't get motion sickness or anything, but it just looks annoying. So we're in a cargo area. I guess we found replica forces in this area, but we didn't find Fettel. Fettel disappeared, but we have forces here. It wasn't really clear on what we're trying to do. Either way, we're safe in America. Locked. Must be where they hide all their dead hookers. This is a ATC kind of place. Whoa, now. Look at this. Look at that. Longo. I'd like to see his Longo. TPS report. Gates open, folks.
Good job. Get on back.
Backwards man on the backwards man. Gotta go backwards, go backwards man. This is one of those games where you have to backtrack all the time.
What the hell is that? Over there! Yeah!
Uh-oh. Here's paranormal activity! Losing signal. Hey now! Who spilled the pasta sauce? So this is Alma. Nice little introduction where she is surrounded by fire behind her, and she turned all these guys into skeletos. See, they're all smoking too. Alright, so now that we got a new mission. Status unknown. Both teams have gone silent, and Fear Team's life sign monitors are offline. Interference is preventing satellite reconnaissance. I can't read. Mission. Surviving operatives should attempt to rendezvous and exfiltrate mission area until reinforcements arrive. So, we had a paranormal occurrence. Something paranormal happened. Our job is supposed to be to deal with paranormal activity, like ghost hunters, but we apparently don't have technology to handle this psychic here. And she is so powerful, she took out the communication between the Fear team and the satellites. So there's this sphere, this orb of silence around this area, thanks to her, thanks to Alma specifically. And now we had to exfiltrate, we had to leave the place because they're like, alright, we don't know what's going on, everything got silent, you guys just gotta get to like a rooftop or something. So now our job is to get back into the helicopter that just left. He just left! With nuts! Black Sand Imports Pacific Rim? Oh. Yeah, we keep getting this message from an unknown origin. And it's constantly just like it's just like static and stuff. So she's causing interference in our technology. Ooh. You'll be okay, Belle. You'll be okay. Oh, okay, not okay. He's like bobbing his head. It's like, I gotta get comfortable while I die. Don't want to get my hand numb. Remember, quantity, quality, and safety in that order. Just executing people. Is he really just waiting there? This game is a bit weird though, because there's a delay in your shooting. You'll fire and then it'll like stop shooting like 3 seconds later. I kinda like it. Shipping and receiving. This must be where all the gay fanfics are made. Slash fiction. Like Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy. Oh. You hear that? It was like, "Argh." Blood dripping. I love the blood effects in this game. So this is our first aspect of horror. And horror is the more appropriate word here because we are seeing the shock value of the death around us. We're seeing a shocking death, and this is what causes us to be horrified. Later on in the game, we have more terror because we're going to be seeing visions of Alma kind of haunting us, and she doesn't do anything to us, she just lurks and kind of torments us with her presence. And that is terror. Terror and horror are different words. Horror is the result of something that is supposed to scare you, and terror is the suspense before something scares you. And that's why terror is more appealing, especially when it comes to Japanese horror. We are getting suspense the entire time. So when Alma presents herself in this way where she doesn't really show herself, but she shows the results of her power, the power result is the horror, and Alma herself is a terror. And that works beautifully, especially for a Japanese horror style. There's also a lot of these moments where nothing's happening, so it gives you time to anticipate something else to happen. You're just worried somebody's gonna be lurking in the shadows, and you hear the little clitter clatter of the blood splatter. Diarrhea. Ah, this thing again. No way back. I like that games did that back then. It prevents us from accidentally going all the way back to the very beginning. Very necessary for boomers like me. I really hate that the melee is so inaccurate. I hit him here, but if you don't jump, it's like your gun glitches through them and they start shooting. Let's check over here before they notice 2 bullet-filled bodies. Medikit, pistol I never use, excellent. Ah, they're coming. This submachine gun is good for this type of area, which is nice. At least they ease us into combat. It does enough damage, high rate of fire, good for headshots at close range, easy to run and gun with, low recoil. So far, I haven't seen the AI do anything impressive, but I remember it was fascinating fighting these guys. Unlike some games where they just swarm you like a tidal wave. Yeah, like here he was heading to my previous location where I shot someone. In other games, they will just track the player to infinity once you're spotted by anyone. Oh, this is the way back. So what's fun about this game is that every single shootout area is a big square, and you're able to go behind the enemy and go in front of them, and just whatever you feel is better for the situation. And that's why shootouts in this game are a lot more fun than other games that shall not be mentioned, like Call of Duty. I swear, Call of Duty is so lazy with their game design. This is just the first mission, and I had so much fun in that little shootout. I was like, what, 4 guys? Oh my god. You see that? This electrical static thing going on. This is a paranormal activity. Either that or someone's cell phone exploded from being overcharged.
This is Echo 6. We've reached the first marker. Roger, Echo 6. Secure the area. Intruders have been confirmed.
So as you can see, the reflex mode is a little bit, it just slows things down. It helps for ambushes a lot because I can easily do headshots and conserve ammo. This game is weird with how the guns fire so slow, compared to the more realistic way games now empty your mag in 2 seconds. Alright, vending machine. My favorite part of every single game. Oh, Jesus. You're right there, bud. Look like your brains fell out of your body. Should be the last of them. I love how smoky the game gets. It's like a noir movie where everyone is smoking and experiencing an existential crisis. Speaking of, let's see if the game makes soda cans fly out. No, I cannot buy things from the vending machine. I'm turning the game off right now. That's another great thing about this game. There's giant holes that appear in the wall. Like, look at this. Maybe don't look at it. Don't get distracted. Ooh, double pistols. Should I use them? Not yet. Not until I run out of ammo. This gun's already good. The submachine gun. I believe it's a MP5 or something like that. Oh, look at that. They call it an RPL submachine gun. At least it's a genuine original Hood classic, but kind of better they just kept it, you know, MP5. Ooh. Longshoreman Digest? I'm reading the magazine. Always interrupting me when I'm trying to do something. Uno. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's use one of these health items. So now we got an assault rifle. Pick up the pistol. All these dead bodies. And that's because replica soldiers are trying to clear out this... I'm not really sure what this place is. A dockyard? Jumping along the boxes. I assume I need to activate something here. Message! Alright, these messages are supposed to be like, what do you call it? Oh. Hold on, buddy. Help is on the way.
New message. Yeah, this is Chet in accounting. Nobody seems to know what's going on, but we've been hearing a lot of loud noises. Have you guys heard anything over there? End of messages.
So that's just a cute little thing to give some life to the situation. People are panicking, people are screaming. Just like in Resident Evil. This is like a big Resident Evil thing. And I believe this is supposed to help me get to the other side. And if anything, there's gonna be guys appearing at the same time. Called it. I did not remember that at all. I just figured that like a door's there. I'm like, alright, people are gonna appear the second that something happens. That happens in games all the time. You activate something, people appear. Shooting occurs. Someone died getting a soda. Has pop rocks in his mouth when he's about to take a sip. Jebediah, no! Yarnolytic. Well, whatever that book is, it must be interesting. In here? That's a little inside joke for me. Where do you want to put it? In here? He's dead. He's that too, he's that too. Kinda easy to clear out a room when they're not looking at you. That's when they're pointing their guns back at you, when they make things difficult. I love these tables. It makes me think of a school. In the second game there is a school, but that game was not as good as this one. Even though I did like it, fun fact, my first Fear game was the second game on PlayStation 3. Yes, that's right, I played the second one first, and this one second. I didn't get a chance to play this one at all when I was a kid. Oh my god. What the hell? It was supposed to be a surprise! At least this game is generous with health and all that. Games now are like the, let's make things harder by having you die instantly, and your health points are meaningless. Not anymore. Alright, so I lost all my, oh my goodness. I lost all my armor. And I lost all my assault rifle ammo. Did these tires burst? Yeah, I thought that the tires were being released, but... Oh, looks like that's a different hissing sound. Silly me, I thought it was playing Grand Theft Auto for a second. Where tires blow up and gas tanks blow up. Always cool to see what's destructible and what isn't. Like a Christmas present. Was that a dossier or whatever you call it? Oh, Jesus. Showing images of dead bodies.
Someone.
That's Jin. He's constantly turning the ash. This is the second time, dude. This is like a daily routine. This is like when Muslims pray, they have to do it 5 times a day. What's going on? There he is again. You're not even looking at me, man, and I think that's very rude. Turns to ash again. This is just weird. I don't know what's supposed to be scary about this, but I'm following a blood trail. Oh, this is the second team.
Is someone there?
I'm here. So the second team also got turned into Skeletos. Skeletos and blood. Oh, Skeletos and blood. Pretty cool how both teams died in the same mission. At the beginning and at the end of it. Oh, it's Alma. And everything's on fire. Ah! Oh. Yeah, she blasted me into Cincinnati.